Biohazard warning. Entering contaminated zone. Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
What's going on, agents? Your man Sly here, and welcome back to another Division video. Now, I had another video planned for today, but I never got the chance to finish it with all this Destiny stuff going on. So I apologize about that, but it will definitely get finished in the morning. It's a video on tips on how to make the Division's heroic content just a little bit easier to tackle. I get a lot of requests asking for help on how to overcome the Division's endgame NPCs, more specifically the level 35s in the DZ and the challenge or heroic incursions. So as I put the touches on that, let's get to our weekly quest to find the best guns in the game, shall we? So it's Friday, August 5th, and welcome to your weekly weapon restock guide. Alright guys, so let's head on upstairs and check out the special equipment vendor to see what he has for us this week. Alright guys, let's go ahead and do this. First up, we have everyone's favorite Historian for 679 Phoenix credits. Gear score of 204, 148% headshot damage, 300 rounds per minute with 10 in the mag. Everyone knows this gun and it's not really worth getting anymore. Next up, we have a military M9, 507 Phoenix credits with a gear score of 204. 450 rounds per minute, 15 in the mag. Talents are expert and unforgiving. The end-all be-all of sidearms is the X45 and the sawed-off shotgun with that good stagger ability. So that pretty much renders the rest of them obsolete, which is a damn shame. The X45 almost has twice the damage at just about the same rate of fire and the same bullet count. Why go for anything else, right? Another pass here, guys, but there is something nice for a change right here. The old SMG is for sale. Good to see you, buddy. Now, we have a 204 MP5 ST. Gear score of 204, 632 Phoenix credits with, wow, look at that, almost 40% critical hit damage. 800 rounds per minute, 32 in the mag unmodded. Talents are unforgiving, dominant, and accurate. Accurate is absolutely wonderful, and if you could reroll this with Fierce and then take a use of that high crit damage, then you are gravy, my friend. You will have a nice little MP5 on your hands. Combine that with Pulse and you are G to G. You could also go for Brutal and let Pulse do all the critical hit work, but I always like to be able to hit crits no matter if I have Pulse or not. But for 600 credits, you could make a nice little MP5 if you don't have one already. Too bad it's 204, right? Finally, our 182 up here is a PX Storm, 167 credits. Again, why buy this when you can buy an X45? Alright guys, before we head over downstairs, one thing I wanted to show you all, and something that is meant for more of the new agents out there. If you don't have a quality chest piece yet, take a look at this one, guys. I know it's only a 204, but it is absolutely killer until you can find your first setup. It has 1,452 armor above 600 skill power with an additional 625 armor on top of that. Add 3,000 health, 40% ammo capacity, and 3% smart cover damage resilience, and you have like the god roll of chest pieces. Not to mention robust, which is a great talent for smart cover use. Chest pieces don't get much better than this, guys. Reroll to your desired talent or attributes, and it's a great substitute until that one specific piece turns up. Alright, well, we're done here, so let's head downstairs towards the terminal and check out our second equipment vendor and see what he has for us this week. Alright, so let's take a look, and another SMG, I'm liking it. Alright, so again, the Historian, you already know, is disappointing, so let's just move on. First up, one of my favorites, the RPK-74. 629 credits at a gear score of 204. 27% damage out of cover, 650 rounds per minute with 45 in the mag unmodded. Damage could be higher, but as for talents, we have competent, sustained, and dominant. Honestly guys, even though I like the RPK, this one is a skip. Bad talents, low damage, and mediocre special damage. You'll find one better somewhere down the line. The DZ? I don't know, maybe you should wait. So let's move on to the AUG, 633 credits, also 204. 46% critical hit damage, 725 rounds per minute with 25 in the mag, and decent damage. Talents are adept, vicious, and deadly? Oh, this one actually isn't all that bad, guys. In fact, roll for Fierce, and you'll have another great little SMG on your hands, especially on pulse targets. If you need an AUG, this is a great starter AUG, guys. Half the work is already done for you, the damage isn't too bad, and if you're looking to buy one, buy this right here. Finally, our 182 down here is another definite pass. It's the M249B, they just don't hold up to the higher damage LMG assault rifle types like the RPK LSW, so a definite pass. But again, let me draw your attention to this chest plate. 1,448 armor with robust as a talent, almost 3,000 health, over 600 additional armor. It is sub 600 stamina though, but with sticky bomb damage. Again, not a bad piece at all. Too bad it's not vigorous, but robust is also a pretty good talent. Alright, well we're done here. Let's just take a quick stop by the blueprint vendor and then let's take a peek through here. And it looks like it's pretty much all 182s. Nothing really worth your time, especially if you're an endgame player. Alright, so let's move on. Next stop to the underground. So let's see if we can continue having a good 229 streak from the G36 that we had last week. Alright, well let's take a look and boom, there she be, 229 PP19. 888 credits, 36% critical hit damage with 700 rounds per minute, 53 in the mag. Decent damage, but it could have been rolled a little bit higher, honestly. Talents are swift, capable, and hurried, and there is the downside. This thing already has good reload, so it's pretty much overkill right now, and since you can only change one talent, I would probably recommend trying to get Deadly, Brutal, or Fierce, you know, the usual SMG rolls, depending on how you like to play. But this still could be a decent weapon even with these talents and a little modifications. But for 888 credits, it's not bad at all, guys. If you don't have a 229, then now is your chance. I had a low-end 204 drop day one, and it did not meet up to my expectations. However, a recent 229 changed that when it had better damage and way better talents. Still not the greatest in my opinion, but this, guys, is not a bad weapon at all. If you can buy it, turn it into a decent placeholder until a better one comes along. Okay, so moving down the list, we have a 204 G36C, 718 credits and a rank of 20, 22% enemy armor damage, 750 rounds per minute with 30 in the mag. Talents are intense, swift, and focused. I wouldn't bother with this either, guys. 700 is a bit much for this, and considering it's mediocre at best, you will see a better one come along eventually. Finally, our 182 is a Paratrooper SVD, 223 credits, steady, unforgiving, and decisive as a talent. Not worth it, you'll definitely find a better one. Alright, well we're done here, our last stop to the DZ, so let's head over to the Land of the Lost, and hopefully the DZ guy will get his act together and have a better selection of stolen goods than what he's been having over these past few weeks. The guy used to be like the talk of the week just about every week, but it looks like he's suffering from some inventory issues here as of late. So let's take a look, guys. Alright, well, so far, not so good. Alright, so 182 the week is an LSW. 52,776 DZ dollars, meticulous, unforgiving, and restored. Nah, not worth it. You'll find something better. Alright, so our first 204 of the DZ is an M249B, 97,000 DZ dollars and a rank of 80, 26% damage out of cover, 550 rounds per minute with 100 in the mag. Restored, vicious, unforgiving, again, nothing you need to worry about buying. However, let's move on to something that you should be buying. This Black Market AK, 108,000 DZ dollars, another rank of 80, and a gear score of 204. 22% enemy armor damage, decent rolls here, guys, with 600 rounds per minute, 30 in the mag, and I know you see the first talent. We have Brutal, Predatory, and Deadly. I don't know why I skipped over the talent so fast. Sorry about that. I guess I just got excited. But this gun is an absolute winner, guys. Decently priced, good damage, good talents, and you can re-roll this with Fierce or even Skilled and have yourself a great, powerful AR. The buy of the week is right here. Finally, let's get to the 229 of the week, and unfortunately, it's a Scar H instead of a Scar L. Almost 260,000 DZ dollars and a rank of 90. 156% headshot damage, which is pretty low, but the talents are intense, sustained, and brutal, which helps it out significantly. But an M1A with identical talents and headshot damage would outperform this at every turn. So while it isn't horrible, it's nothing to spend almost $250,000 of your DZ bucks on. So pass this up, guys. Finally, more of the same down here. Two usual blueprints, and the only unique one is an MK46 for 214,000 DZ dollars, but it's a 204 with a low damage range. I wouldn't waste my time on it, not until those types of weapons get some kind of changes to make them more viable. Well, alright agents, that about wraps us up. A better week all in all over last, but still nothing that's going to stick around in the Division history books. Either way, thank you guys for watching and for your constant support of the smaller YouTuber. As the Division slows down, I still plan to cover it as best as I can, so just because players are leaving doesn't mean I will. So glad to have you guys stick it through with me, and I'm honored that out of all the creators out there, you choose to watch me. It means the absolute world to me, guys, and thank you for your support. As always, feel free to subscribe to me on here or follow me on Twitter at SlyNation. It's the best place to keep up to speed on all the new updates to the Division, Destiny, Rise of Iron, or my channel, SlyNation. I have more Division vids in the work as we speak, so keep an eye out as I'll be finishing them up here very soon. But until then, this is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.
Okay, Agent, I'm impressed. Like I'm gonna be too busy.